You got me.
When I realized that big deadly snake had bit Manny, it was like a dagger in my heart.
This was a huge fang viper that injected everything he had into Manny.
Give me the tongs, give me the snake tongs. Let's go, we gotta move fast.
Either we get this guy to a hospital or he's gonna die.
I am Manny Puig. I have spent my whole life learning to survive like Tarzan in the most dangerous and primitive wilderness where you can be killed or eaten. I have learned the ways of giant, man-eating predators, deadly sharks and reptiles, where every encounter may spell disaster in the savage wild. Here in South Texas, the area is huge and vast. The terrain is unbelievable. You have a wide variety of habitats.
So we just get into South Texas. We're there to hook up with one of the best guides in Texas, Buck Medley, and we're all excited about this adventure that we're going on. Buck had already told us about these huge alligators, these huge alligator gar, and also the very large western diamondback rattlesnakes that they've got there in South Texas.
I had seen Manny on several alligator shows, shark shows. I knew his reputation was extreme. So when I had the chance to work with him and actually do some filming, man, I just jumped at the chance. It's like a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. Down here in South Texas, I mean, I've got everything that he needs. Giant gators, giant gar, big hogs, huge snakes. I mean, it was a perfect environment for him. And when I talked to him on the phone, he said he'd never even been to South Texas. So I go, man, you got to get down here. This is like South Africa without leaving America. Everything here is huge. It bites. You know, it's a deadly game down here.
And all of these are perfect subjects for Savage Wild.
This here is Mesquite Flat. It's got mesquite trees everywhere. It's got prickly pear cactus. There's tons of wildlife out here. There's deer, there's javelinas, there's wild hogs, there's mountain lions, there's coyotes.
So it's the very first morning, and we're out shooting. Skies are a little overcast. Day's going great. We're getting all of these wonderful pieces to build around this first show, which is going to be about the western diamondback rattlesnake. And South Texas has probably the largest and meanest western diamondback rattlesnakes found anywhere in the United States.
What I really like to find in this area is a western diamondback rattlesnake. This area is ideal for him. The western diamondback is the second largest rattlesnake in North America, and Texas has the largest western diamondbacks around. I've never seen a western diamondback in the wild. I'm looking forward to finding one, and I'm going to keep searching this area till I find one.
One of the things we were doing while we were there is looking for the type of food that the western diamondback might be interested in. There are stick nest rats. It's a very specific prey of the western diamondback rattlesnake. So Manny was giving us great info and great on-camera pieces about the stick nest rat.
This is the burrow of a stick nest rat. It builds its nest in here to protect itself from coyotes, bobcats, such predators. But it has a deadly enemy. The western diamondback can slither right in here and find him in there. It is the favorite food of the western diamondback.
We were also finding cottontail rabbits. It's another prime food of the western diamondback rattlesnake.
Rabbits. One of the best foods for the western diamondback. This area is awesome. There are rabbits everywhere.
We're moving through the terrain. Manny's doing a wonderful job painting the picture of the habitat that the western diamondback rattlesnake prefers. So as we're moving through this terrain, we come across a magnificent western diamondback rattlesnake, 5-6 feet long, as big around as your bicep. We all took one look at it and knew that this was a powerful, dangerous snake. Not anything you would ever want to get bit by, that's for sure. Manny was very comfortable with the possibility of working with it, so we set up. Manny started to approach the snake. You know, everything was going as it always goes on Savage Wild. We all believe in Manny so much, and Manny's got that ultimate confidence. We're all basically going through the same routine that we always do with Savage Wild. But as he goes to pin this snake was so fast and it was so powerful, Manny just was not able to pin it.
Once the crew realized what had happened, nobody panicked. It was just get Manny to the hospital as quickly as possible.
You got me.
Down here in South Texas, when I'm guiding, you bring snake boots, you keep your hands off the ground. I wear these big 18-inch snake boots like this.
I really had a lot of fear for Manny's life. This snake was capable of killing a man.
To the guy. Let's get going. Come on.
Get Manny to the hospital as quickly as possible. Every second counts.
I've been snake bitten. I told everybody it's really bad. Give me 50 vials of anti-venom. I mean, dump it in me.
So as we're moving through the terrain, we come across a magnificent western diamondback rattlesnake. Probably 5-6 feet long, big around as your bicep. And I took one look at this snake and I knew that is a seriously dangerous, very powerful animal. And because we're working with Manny Puig, we're all confident it's going to be another great episode of Savage Wild.
Man, I didn't have any problem finding this one. He's an awesome specimen. But he must have heard my footsteps and he's rattling away, so I gave away his position. Actually, the rattle is a defense for him. To keep animals from stepping on him, they rattle that way. I gotta make sure he doesn't run into the cactus. I got him right where I want him. I just gotta make sure he calms down so I can get around him.
Manny maneuvers around the snake a few times. Actually pets it on the head. And we're feeling, okay, he's got this under control. I'm running camera 1. I've got the wide angle lens. I'm pretty much over Manny's shoulder. And as he approaches the snake, I move in close. Quete is on camera 2.
I was running camera 2 and I was very tight into the snake. The snake filled the entire frame.
And as he reaches in to pin its head, this snake was so lightning fast, it was so powerful that everything just went crazy. And I could see Manny did get control of it, but my heart was racing and I was really hoping that he hadn't been bit, but I couldn't really tell.
So when I saw Manny's hand reach in and grab the snake by the head, just behind the head, that snake just started moving and twisting, and it was such a powerful animal. And I knew that Manny was in trouble. I just didn't want to believe it. I was just waiting for him to come up and say, okay, here's the snake, and bring it up. And instead I heard him say, I got hit, and my heart sank to my stomach.
When we came upon the snake, I knew it was a monster. And Manny said, well, I can catch that snake. The guy's a professional. He never misses a click. So as I watched him, his methods and his techniques, I knew he was going to be able to get it done. So as he went for the grab, the snake was so huge, he got the grab perfect. The snake's head was this big, and the grab was perfect, but the snake was so strong that it twisted in his hand and actually sunk the fang into one finger and into his hand. And man, at that second I knew this was going to be a fight for his life, because the snake was just giant and the venom amounts were just huge. It had to pump everything it had into it.
And he calmly looks me in the eye and says,
You got me.
And a chill ran down my spine. It was like being kicked in the chest, and I knew what Manny was in for. He was in serious trouble. and we are a long way from a hospital. We're 50, 60 miles from the hospital.
You got bit?
Yeah.
From that moment on, I knew it was critical that either we get this guy to a hospital or he's going to die. I mean, this wasn't a little snake bite that when you're dove hunting or just out walking around, he gets you, because that's just a quick strike, and the amount of venom is just enough to kill like a small rat or a rabbit. This was a huge fang viper that injected everything he had into Manny.
Give me the tongs, give me the snake tongs. Let's go, we gotta move fast.
Once we realized what had happened, our main concern, the entire crew, was get Manny to the hospital as quickly as possible. Every second counts.
To the guy, let's get going. Come on. Buck, I need you to pick up all this stuff here. Leave it all here, I'm gonna run you back to the truck. Come on, dude.
So we get control of the snake, we get Manny on the ATV, and now we're rushing on the ATV to get to my truck.
From the second he got bit, I mean, every second was critical. I looked at his hand, we jumped in my buggy. I mean, we were miles from anywhere, and my buggy, we were flying, jumping rivers.
We get in my truck, I'm calling 911, Buck Medley's driving. We're driving 110 to 130 miles an hour down Texas country roads.
I drove 130 miles an hour. I had all the DPS, all the cops, everybody, they were letting us go. They seen us going by, they were like, wow!
911 has alerted the police, they've alerted the sheriff's department, and they have basically cleared the streets in town. So as we get into town, they told us don't slow down, just keep on rolling as fast as you can, because we told them that this was a severe bite by a big western diamondback.
I've been snake bitten. I told everybody it's really bad. Give me 50 vials of anti-venom. Dump it in me.
As soon as he walked into the ER room, they said that he might have a possibility of losing his hand.
He could lose his hand, and I about sank to my knees. I was not ready for that.
You got me.
When I realized that big deadly snake had bit Manny, it was like a dagger in my heart.
I really had a lot of fear for Manny's life. This snake was capable of killing a man.
Okay, let's get going. Come on. Buck, I need you to pick up all this stuff.
Manny's one of a kind. We had to save his life, and that's all I cared about at that moment, was saving his life.
I've been snake bitten. I told everybody it's really bad. Give me 50 vials of anti-venom. Dump it in me.
By the time we got to the hospital, the antivenom was prepared. It's a huge snake bite area, so the doctors were on alert. They had the antivenom ready, and there was a couple times when I looked in the back seat and I saw Manny, and I was like, oh my God, this guy, he may not make it, man. I saw his eyes roll back in his head.
So we rushed Manny into the emergency room. They're already set up. They've got the Crofab antivenom ready to go. They get Manny on a table, and they start helping him right away. And South Texas is a place that's really experienced at dealing with snake bite. They get 50 snake bites every season at least. So it's not something they haven't seen before, but this is a really, really bad bite. So as the emergency room staff is working on Manny, the doctor gets there, and he evaluates Manny. He steps over and he's talking to me and asks me where it happened and how long it took us to get to the hospital. And he looks at me and he says, he could lose his hand. And I about sank to my knees when he said that, because I just wasn't really ready for that. And I don't know if Manny heard it or not, but Manny's fully aware of how bad the bite is at this time.
They said that he might have a possibility of losing his hand. And that in itself can just take everything out of you. That can ruin your life, even if you lose a finger. But when they said a hand, and then I heard that, I was scared for Manny's hand, everything he does in life, and even his life. At that point, I didn't know. It just floored me.
This was just overwhelming news for me. We knew it was a bad snake bite, but the possibility of losing a hand or even a finger was just a terrible, terrible thing to think about.
Buddy, how you doing, man?
Well, third day after getting bit by a western diamondback rattler. It was between 5 and 6 feet long. It put a lot of venom in me. The pain has been horrific. But just now the swelling's getting down. They've given me maybe 28 bottles of anti-venom. And I'm just waiting it out, to heal this, It's my second bite. I got bitten when I was 17 by a pygmy rattlesnake. This is my second bite. This is like 10 times the other snake, but this is a horrific bite. So the time it bit me, immediately it was like the burning sensation, the swelling, and you can feel the destructive part of the venom. It's like somebody's just eating you alive with a blowtorch, like that, just burning you through. It's like there's no way out, and you just, the pain is just, it's indescribable.
But you can be okay.
Be okay. It's gonna rehab it, it ain't done yet, that's right, so I'm in the process of healing right now. Comfortable at the moment. This is getting bit by a rattlesnake, especially a big one like this, it's just misery.
It was an enormous western diamondback rattler that bit me. With huge fangs. I knew I was in for it. Once I got bit and I felt the venom go into me, there's enough venom inside of me to kill me. This western diamondback unloaded everything it had into me. From the minute that snake bit me, I had in the back of my mind that I was going to lose my finger. As soon as I got bit, I knew the world caved in on me. It was like the worst nightmare. I felt the incredible amount of venom injected in me. I knew there was no shortcut around it. I was in for hell. And on the way to the hospital with Buck and Robin, Buck was driving 120 miles an hour to get me to the hospital. And the pain was, I could see the swelling just go like this by the second. And I'm like, if I don't get treated right away, I'm thinking, that snake put enough venom in me to kill me. 13 days later, I'm still in pain. I still feel it. I still got all, the damage there. And I look at it, there's no shortcut in it. Okay, I'm alive, but the swelling has gone down. My arm looked like a football all the way to here. It was all this was swollen all the way down here. Now, days later, I'm still dealing with it. I gotta soak it in water peroxide. I gotta watch the wound very carefully. Gotta be real careful with it. I don't take it personal. The western diamondback is part of the wilderness, it's part of the ecosystem. It's very necessary out there. And like I say, if you venture out into the wild, it is what it is. It's not a playground. It's a dangerous place. Accept it the way it is, and take responsibility for your own actions out there. Be real careful. It's a beautiful, wonderful place, but it is a savage wild and extremely dangerous.
For a man to recover from a snake bite like that, it's miraculous. The guy he's tough. But, he's been bit by big alligators, lots of sharks, and 2 big reptiles, and he's still going. There's no way to put him down. You're not going to stop Manny, and he's going to be in the savage wild forever.
Robin.
Hey, Manny, how you doing?
Good. How you doing?
I'm doing great. Just checking in to see how the hand is healing.
Well, the hand's good. My brother-in-law came over yesterday. He saw my hand and he freaked out about it. He took me to the hospital. To make it short, I'm gonna have to have my finger removed. I'm okay with it. It took me about 2 seconds to decide on it. The doctor said it was going to handicap me, so I really, I'm not worried about the cosmetic. I just want use of my hand, so I told the doctor, yeah, go ahead and cut it off. So I'm waiting to get appointed to get it cut off.
Manny, that's just devastating news to hear. I was really hoping that you're going to be able to keep that finger.
Rob, listen, don't worry about it. We're going to keep working. I just got to get over this. Understand that from the minute that snake bit me, I had at the back of my mind that I was going to lose my finger. The damage was so bad. It was such a big snake, and if they would have saved my finger, I'm going to have a handicapped finger that can't function and it's gonna get in my way. I'm gonna go grab something and it's gonna get caught in the way. So I'd rather have as much in my hand as possible and, have the finger out of the way than have the finger bothering me.
Okay, Manny, I understand. I know it won't be long before we're in the field again. Take care, keep me posted on the surgery.
Okay, definitely.
Bye now. That was not a good phone call.
2 months and a half a finger later. I am well on my way to recovery. I'm also feeling a little stronger every day. Keep in mind, I was bitten in the hand. Your eyes cannot see the damage the venom did as it went throughout my body. It literally knocked the daylights out of me. I can't go back and change what happened. My world is full of danger. I accept the consequence. I'll be back in action in no time, exploring the savage wild and bringing you on the adventure with me.